A small, remote town surrounded by a dense forest where strange disappearances occur during the hours between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., known as the hunting hour. A group of friends decides to investigate the legend of a mysterious hunter said to haunt the woods during this time. As the hour begins, they realize the legend is more real and terrifying than they ever imagined. A local radio broadcaster narrates the urban legend of the hunting hour, warning listeners to stay indoors. Flashbacks show eerie silhouettes in the woods, flickering lights, and muffled screams. One of the friends challenges the group to spend the hunting hour in the woods to prove the legend is fake. They grab flashlights, a camera, and head out. The group enters the forest at 3 a.m. The atmosphere becomes unsettling. Whispers, sudden cold drafts, and shadows darting in the background. One friend disappears mysteriously and the group panics. The remaining friends stumble upon a derelict hunter's cabin. Inside, they find disturbing evidence: scratched walls, torn clothes, and an old rifle coated in blood. Suddenly, they hear heavy footsteps and breathing outside. The camera shakes as terror grips the group. A shadowy figure emerges, wielding a glowing, supernatural weapon. The group scatters, and the camera follows one survivor running for their life.
The clock strikes 4 a.m., and the sounds of pursuit stop abruptly. The lone survivor escapes the forest, only to find the hunter's mark burned into their wrist. The screen cuts to black as a deep voice whispers, "You survive."
It's 2:30 a.m., folks. You know what that means: time to lock your doors and stay inside. The hunting hour begins in just 30 minutes. If you value your life, don't wander into the woods.
4 friends sit around a table in a cozy but slightly messy living room. Beer bottles and snack bags are scattered around. A flickering lamp adds to the eerie ambiance. Lucas scoffing, "This radio guy is really committed to freaking people out. Stay indoors or the hunter will get you. Yeah, right?" Kelly mockingly dramatic. "Oh no, Lucas. What if the spooky hunter comes for you?"
Guys, it's not that crazy. My grandpa used to say people really disappeared back in the day. You know, between 3 and 4 a.m.
Lucas laughs. "Let me guess your grandpa also believed in Bigfoot and aliens." "Yeah, all right. What? Don't we settle this once and for all?" The room falls silent. All eyes turn to Army, who smirks. "Army, let's go into the woods tonight."
Are you serious?
Dead serious. We'll spend the hunting hour there and prove it's just a stupid story. The group ventures into the dark forest, flashlights cutting through the dense trees. The sounds of owls hooting and branches snapping underfoot fill the air. Kelly, nervously. "So, what's the story again? Why is 3 to 4 a.m. called the hunting hour?" Marcus legend says a hunter died here over 100 years ago. People say his spirit still roams these woods, looking for revenge on anyone who trespasses.
How original.
And what happens if he catches you? You disappear. No trace. Some say he marks you with his symbol before dragging you into his world. Suddenly, a loud snap echoes through the forest. The group freezes.
What was that?
Probably just a deer. Relax. The group starts walking again, but their pace quickens. The group finds a small clearing with an old, decrepit cabin.
Is this part of the legend?
Yeah, the hunter's cabin.
Let's check it out.
Are you crazy?
What's the worst that could happen?
Lucas pushes open the creaking door. The group reluctantly follows. The cabin is filled with dust and cobwebs. Torn clothes are strewn across the floor. Scratches cover the walls, forming strange, unsettling patterns.
I don't like this. Can we leave?
Suddenly, the door slams shut. The group spins around, their flashlights flickering.
Who did that?
A low, guttural growl echoes through the cabin.
We are not alone.
The group huddles together, their flashlights shaking in their hands.
This isn't funny. Who's there?
Suddenly, the growl stops. Silence. Then a loud bang comes from the back room.
Stay here. I'll check it out.
Are you insane? We need to get out of here now.
If we run, we'll never know what's going on.
Lucas cautiously moves toward the back room, flashlight aimed ahead.
We shouldn't have come here.
Lucas steps into the room. It's almost completely dark except for his flashlight beam. The walls are covered in deep claw marks, and there's a crude hunting rifle propped against the wall. Suddenly, the beam of the flashlight lands on a dark figure crouched in the corner. Its eyes glow red. The group manages to try open a small window in the back of the cabin and climbs out one by one. The forest is darker than before, and a thick fog has rolled in, muffling their screams and movements.
Where is Lucas? Did he make it out?
I didn't see him.
A loud snap of a branch comes from behind them. The group whirls around to see nothing but fog.
We're being hunted.
We have to stick together. No more splitting up.
As they move through the fog, the group hears strange whispers. The sound grows louder, overlapping into an unintelligible cacophony.
Make it stop.
Suddenly, Marcus disappears.
Marcus, where are you?
He's gone. We're all going to die.
Not if we keep moving. Come on.
Amy and Kelly stumble into a clearing, out of breath. They find an old well in the center, surrounded by strange symbols etched into the ground.
What is this place?
Before Amy can respond, the growling returns, louder than ever. The fog begins to swirl unnaturally, forming the outline of a towering figure. The hunter steps forward, half man, half beast, with glowing red eyes and a jagged supernatural weapon in hand. Amy, pulling Kelly behind her. "Stay back!" The hunter lets out a bone-chilling roar and charges toward them. The trail leads her to a massive clearing. In the center stands an ancient stone altar covered in blood and surrounded by animal carcasses. Amy's flashlight flickers, then dies completely. Army screaming, "No, not now!" The hunter emerges from the shadows, his towering figure silhouetted against the moonlight. His weapon glows ominously as he approaches her.
You thought you could leave!
Army backs away, her eyes darting around for an escape. Army defiant. "I survived you once. I'll do it again." The hunter charges, and Army dives to the side, narrowly avoiding his weapon. She slashes at him with a survival knife, the blade barely scratching his thick skin. Hunter, mocking. "Is that all you've got?" Army spots the altar's glowing center, a small, pulsating crystal embedded in the stone. Realizing the crystal might be the source of his power, Army sprints toward the altar. "Hunter!" roaring. "No! No! No!" He lunges, but Army rolls out of the way, grabbing a heavy rock and smashing it against the crystal. It cracks, emitting a blinding light. The hunter lets out an ear-piercing scream, his body dissolving into black smoke. Army collapses beside the altar, her body shaking. Army whispering, "It's over." Amy emerges from the forest, her clothes tattered and her body covered in scratches and bruises. She sees a distant road and starts limping toward it. As she reaches the edge, a car pulls over. A concerned driver steps out. Driver: "Oh my God, are you okay? What happened?" Army looks at him, her eyes haunted but resolute. Amy, quietly, "I survived." She climbs into the car, glancing back at the forest one last time. The faint sound of a clock ticking echoes in her mind.